What they do is they scroll down to Ranken. Right now, it should be on.
Yeah, I'm going to verify since they waited to get to me this
It's
morning.
on, I see it.
Is it there?
They do it when they can watch.
It's going right to that door on the end.
It'll be there forever, at
My,
least a year. Now, last year's was there at least a year. I can do it.
right now, it's in the picture.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I can too. I just didn't know if it was put there for specific
Yeah,
reasons.
that as well.
Maybe just kind of, yeah. Perfect.
Thank you for noticing that.
That'll look good. Yeah, whatever we can. That's not as fun. Just
Yeah. I think he was more concerned about the look in the room.
But I wish we had those.
Yeah.
Put in the corners.
Yeah.
That would be way nicer as far as that goes.
You know what though? I don't know that it looks.
I'm sure it probably looks worse.
Look, no, it looks, yeah, because see, that's not as washed out as it looks on your screen, do you think?
Great. No, that looks good.
Yeah.
I feel better about that. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even looked at that part of it yet. So. Okay, so I'll be back. Yeah, I guess since it's running, I'll be back.
Do I have the generation?
Oh, that's a wonderful smile.
Jay, well, I'll call help desk if anything freaky out. If not, no news is good news.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll, do you want me to go ahead and just preemptively come up here and then just make sure? Or do
You don't have to.
Okay.
I would assume if you don't know that everything's okay.
Yeah, it is, right. So,
Appreciate you all coming. Where are you all from?
From Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah. Where are you all from?
Clarksville, Missouri.
Clarksville. Is that where that skylift thing is?
Yeah.
That's where I always think of when I think of Clarksville. When I think of Springfield, I think of the really cool Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
When I soccer off. I haven't been there in about 10 years.
Oh, yeah, Illinois. Yeah, it's tiny.
And right now, only 11 of them are there.
Yeah, well, we don't live there,
Oh.
we live in
13
Taylorville.
of them.
Hey, we have a newborn now.
Oh, 16.
People are working pictures at trailer, remember, Tanya's daughter.
On the other side.
Where's Clarksville, Missouri?
I know where Hannibal's at.
Uh-huh.
We're about 40 miles south of Hannibal.
It's like Hannibal's only about 2 hours from us.
Yeah.
Great shot across, basically. And see, we go to Wednesday a lot. Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Holy shit. Morning, guys.
You are advanced manufacturers. The signees can sit at the table.
All right.
It's not a real long ceremony, so we didn't drag in other chairs. So it's a mostly standing event. If you have relatives or friends, if they go to that website, they can watch this live too. If you want to send a link to anybody. Welcome. Good.
Hi.
As I tell people coming in, we'll be broadcasting this live at this website, and you'll also be able to watch it there after the event. That'll be up for a full year. The video of this. The signings sit here. If anybody needs a chair, it's not a real long ceremony. I can get more chairs than this. They're not as pretty as this. There's coffee and juice and water and things over here that are for you, all of you. So feel free to get something up there. refill your coffees that you brought if you want. Thank you for coming. Who just came in? You're Mr. Bride. I'm just making sure there's any names I need to figure out for now. You're,
I'm Lisa, I'm his grandma.
Would you like to sit down?
Oh, no, thank you, I
Dwyer.
sit down all day long.
pardon?
Ellinger.
That's right, Ellinger. I might write that one out just to make sure he doesn't say Ellinger. All right. How was the traffic coming in from places like Greenfield and, is it okay? Coming across the river, over the bridge?
Yep, straight across.
Sometimes that can be dicey, you know, which bridge you come across and whether anybody had a wreck on it.
All good this morning. The weather works well for us.
Yeah, yeah. 2 days ago, was that the day before yesterday or yesterday? We had the sleet on the, yesterday, it seems like longer than that ago for some reason. Ms. Brueggemann from Winsville, who is a advanced manufacturer, will be here. She does what I do except in Winsville. So, we'll be here to meet you. Before you guys leave, all those donuts and pastries have to be eaten.
What time will this be live so I can share that with?
It's, right now, we're broadcasting that,
Oh, okay.
so,
Oh,
just so
great.
they can tell if it's really working.
If it's where, okay.
But it starts at 10, so they can hear you, so if you're
Oh,
giving it to
okay.
Aunt Martha, don't be saying how much you don't like Aunt Martha, because Aunt Martha can hear you.
All right.
They would, you know, when they go to that, it doesn't go directly to this, they scroll down. There's 29 schools doing this at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So they scroll down to Ranken and click on Ranken, and then that'll bring them to that.
Okay.
They're all doing it at 10 a.m. Central Time. Copy that. You guys can sit until the signees show up.
Oh, I sit all day. Thank you.
All right.
This old man over here might need to sit, but.
All right. Until all 11 of them show up. Great. Have you all been on this campus before? Well, you know, 23 acres. Founded in 1907. The building you came in with the marble was completed in 1911. The red brick one there, that was the first one. The Cook building was completed in 1909. We've been here, people come in and they go, what was this before it was that? Because it looks like it was a bank or something, but it's been Ranken since 1909. I'm getting a phone call. Excuse me. Jim Lloyd. Hi, President. Hang on, let me look. I'm full of baloney. Here's my party together. I don't know why. All right. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Good luck at the visit. Here's the little program. So what else about Ranken? 1907 it was founded. David Ranken was a single man, never married, had a problem that I hope we all have someday. He was old, was late 70s, early 80s, and he had so much money he didn't know he couldn't possibly spend it before he died. I'm not in that category yet. I can see me spending it all before I die. But anyway, so they went to Raoul Wells the mayor of St. Louis, and he said, what should I do? I want to do something to help the city, and they came up with this idea. We developed the school. Same reason as now, there was more need for jobs in the trades, technical trades, than there was people to fill them. And back then, there was a lot of people that didn't have jobs, but they didn't have skills that would help. So that's why Ranken was founded, and that's why it's still here.
What was the original trades that they?
The original were carpentry, plumbing, something you don't think about anymore because it's all computerized. But early in the day, they had sign making. If somebody had a big sign or any sign, the only way to make it was to paint it. There wasn't like do it on the computer and spit out a big billboard or that kind of thing. That was quite this craft. I mean, it was, I've read stories about, where they could just hand draw something that was 20 feet across. If I did it, it wouldn't be good. But anyway, that was a whole skill set. Because if you think about how else do you get a big, sign. Trying to think what else. There was some things. Early on, we had automotive, but I don't think we had it the first year. But anyway, it was in that red brick building. In fact,
How many different trades do you got?
now we have, how many programs do we have? You just told me, Frank.
27?
27.
Oh, wow.
27 programs. This is our Dean of Enrollment Management. He's in charge of marketing and admissions, people that, enroll and recruit. And this is Jay, is that how you speak?
Yes, yes.
She's a, what? Recruiter, I wasn't sure. Anyway, she's the one that gets people to understand how good it is to come to Ranken. Other things unique about us, we're a nonprofit. Who didn't know that?
Oh.
We're not for profit, which is, it's a good thing for you because we're not trying to, not that there's anything bad about for-profit schools, but our goal is not, our allegiance isn't to shareholders and people. All of our money goes back into the school. In fact, it only costs a Ranken student 75% of what it costs us to educate them. We have about a $60 million endowment that we can take a little bit off to help that. And then because we're a nonprofit, we have a lot of benefactors, companies, especially companies that want to hire our students. There's a crisis, and I think Mr. Paul's going to talk about it in this country. I don't know if you know that, but there's very high-paying jobs and very low-paying jobs. There's really not a problem, but all those middle jobs, there's more jobs than there are people to fill them. It's a crisis. It's a huge crisis. Nobody, plumbing technology, which is nothing like it was 30, 40 years ago, by the way. Very high tech. The plumbing companies are concerned because a lot of the plumbers, the new plumbers, are only becoming plumbers because their dad or their uncle or their, they're following suit, but that's not enough to fill all the plumbing needs, for instance. And you can go through every one of our departments. So anyway, we're nonprofit. We're on 23 acres, 10 buildings here. We have locations in Perryville, Missouri, And we have a location in Winsville. Somebody was Clarksville. Have you ever been by the Winsville?
We driven by it, yeah.
And-
Nobody's going for it, isn't it?
Right,
Yeah, that was-
right. We have diesel technology there. We have some things at all three locations. One thing that's unique about out in Winsville is diesel technology, which is preparing diesel engines and trucks. We own 10
Something like that.
10
dozen, yeah.
brand new big trucks. I don't know the official term. Big trucks. Some of them have sleepers in them. We have a few older ones on purpose, just because we want our students to know how to repair those. It's not like every truck company on the road is driving around a new truck. Out there we have building systems engineering, which is, is it the ESDT person here yet? Electrical systems, sorry. Building systems is the computer, how buildings are created now. It's all on computer. You can fly through the building and see what it's gonna look like. But what that program does, that makes sure that when the plumbers put in the plumbing, that the heating and air conditioning people aren't putting a duct through where the pipe is and that kind of thing. Because it gets complicated if you have a huge building and each trade is doing their own thing. You could have a train wreck inside if there's not one person coordinating everything. That's what building systems engineering is. All Winsville and St. Louis have automotive. Winsville has automotive maintenance technology, and we have that here. That's where you train on all brands of cars, so you can work at independent. Welcome. You're Avery, and you're EMT. How do you spell your last name? Cosell? Welcome. You can sit anywhere you want at the table. If you can sit until other people get here. The 11 is gonna eventually be at this table. It won't be a real long ceremony. If you have friends or relatives that want to watch it live or watch it later, they can do so by going to that website. We're gonna be broadcasting it live. If you want to take a picture of that and send it to somebody, or they can watch it up to a year later. It'll be there. Or you can go watch yourself later.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So, Ethan's teacher, he of course is in machining, and he talks about, the men that are retiring now, they can't keep up with the need, like
Yes.
you said, for these new people coming in. What is Ranken or the schools doing to help promote this trade instead of it always being in computers? And, this is definitely a dire need that our economy is needing.
Yeah.
Is that something Ranken is doing specifically to?
What we've discovered, and we're not unique, is we do multiple things. One thing we're doing, and it's always more frustrating to look at I'm sort of one of those immediate gratification type people. But the way you really do it is we are starting to do heavy recruitment and summer camps and things like that, where the students actually work, for instance, in machining, like to do stuff. We're starting to do it in 7th grade. In other words, we've discovered, and every other technical school in the country has discovered, if you wait until they're junior or senior in high school, it's too late. So we're getting them interested at a very early age, like 7th grade. We have summer camps here for middle school and high school. And we also visit, a lot of recruiters visit high schools. Do you ever visit middle schools? Probably not. That's more of a.
I do.
Or you do?
Yeah.
Middle school? There you go.
Tons of them.
So we just try to get them younger. And part of it is these students, you guys, if you look at studies, my son went to Lindenwood to be a graphic designer. Okay? That's his passion. he's not gonna make the money you guys are gonna make, I'm telling you. But that's, he has to do what it follows hard, I always say. But what people don't realize, and there's sort of a stigma, to be honest, on 2-year schools, you know what I mean? In some people's minds. And what we try to communicate, I'm assuming you guys do, is look, you're gonna walk out of here making more money than most of those 4-year students, because this is the money goes where the need is, and the need is huge in the trades. And there's all kinds of trades, at about 27 programs that are really in high need, and they're very different. Architectural, we have a bachelor's in architectural technology, we have an associate, so it's not all, hands-on machining. A lot of people love that. It is what, like I told my son, it's what you have to, in my opinion, life's too short to not do something that you like. If you hate it, it's gonna be, but, so we encourage in our enrollment, people enroll, lay out all of our programs and let people sort of guide themselves into, would you say that's correct, into what they have a passion for. But anyway, we do that. We have a huge job fair every year. Last year had almost 500, we do 2 a year, I guess. Almost 500, welcome. I'm just yammering on to fill time. Mr. Simpson, your IT, have a seat. If you have any relatives or friends that want to watch this live, they can do it at that web address, or you or they can watch it up to a year later at that same place. Okay, but we'll be broadcasting live if you want to take a picture and send it to somebody. In fact, we're broadcasting, I told them, if you're sending it to Aunt Martha, don't say anything bad about Aunt Martha, because we're broadcasting right now. They can hear us, so. Nobody say, oh my God, I'm glad she didn't come with us. Did that answer?
Two interruptions.
Answer your question? I was so bad that she left. What else about Ranken? Those of you who came in, I already said we were founded in 1907. The building you came in was 1911 built. That one was 1909. We started classes in September of 1909. Haven't missed a day since. Well, except weekends. And we're nonprofit.
How many have been through the campus? So if you want afterwards, we can also do that again. So if parents or family want to go through as a group, we can set that up. So that's up to you guys. But it's neat to see if you never, and here I'm from St. Louis, you never really know what goes on between these walls unless you walk through it. It's really amazing when you see everybody doing what they do here. So it's a good tour if you haven't had a chance to do it.
Those of you that just came in, welcome. Are you a student? Or
Yeah, Chrysler.
Oh, yes, Mr. Steele.
Yep,
Yes.
absolutely. Mr. Boyd?
Yes,
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
you're on our program up there. You're, we got these first after the reading. Thank you. Oh, okay. Did you want to say something too? Is it comment? All right, that's fine. You want to, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for coming. We put our for family that wants to watch lodge. Yeah.
You give them the outline of how once we get started.
Yeah, I gave them. Does anybody not have a program that wants one? Did you, yeah, I'll bring some around. I see you long enough. What? How you doing?
Good, what's going on? How you doing? You got a couple.
Yeah. There. They should use it. I think it wasn't
Here's the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We're,
But he's from last year, so he wanted to. Which is actually.
are you not,
Yeah. We see any.
is it Schnetzer? Craig, were you here? Ethan?
Yeah.
Avery's here, Andrew's here. Is Mason here yet?
I don't see Mason.
Gavin, are you here? Gavin? And Brad? You're here?
Yeah, it's for the.
You're gonna be here.
How many of you will be at Wichita?
That one.
That's, Ms. Brueggemann, and that's where her office is. And you have to know her, but not too well. If you know what I'm saying.
You know me, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So hopefully not.
It's like,
Unless it is, it's guidance, maybe.
it's like being in a high school with 5,000 people and the high school principal knows you instantly in the mall isn't necessarily a good thing.
Unless you're a tutor, then I know
Yeah.
your name.
Or, oh my gosh, there's that kid that always gets great grades.
So it's not a bad thing. I'm a coacher. I will think of it that way. Alright, so then we're.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, yeah, we got it.
So then.
Yes,
Right? You're going into. Hey, well, you know what? So be a connection. And I'm sorry, what program you said you're going Wednesday? AMT? Oh, nice, okay. So you have family members? No? What's that? You go over for Okay. Alright, so you're, one way to Winslow is only got a couple flavors. So, you're looking at that system management.
And you don't have to sit. If you want a chair, you're welcome to a chair.
Yeah.
Just one over here. I don't need one. Just him. Thank you.
You sure?
I'm sure. Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you so much.
I don't want to. You should probably.
IT, okay. So what flavor, what flavor of IT are you looking at? I was an IT instructor. Not this, but that's after. Oh, we're directors, right? So
Yes,
no,
sir.
it's a cool, definitely cool.
Put a few more chairs.
It's for moms?
Yes.
All right, I'll sit here by that. So do you know people that are in that industry?
Oh,
They can, no, they can.
You're Brandon in Chicago?
No.
Are you gonna come? I know it. We'll let you stay anyway. I'm neither. I'm a Cardinals fan. Yeah. I'm not a Sox fan. I guess that's a big rivalry.
Yeah.
And what about you? Okay, so how do you do it?
Did anyone not get a program that what's going? Made enough.
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. You drive down this morning?
No,
That's fine. Be an early day, I guess. Yeah.
Find it okay?
Yeah, it's it,
All right, you know.
Yeah.
No,
No, last night.
We go up about 4 times a year for our accredited agency, Higher Learning Commission is up there. So we usually either stay in, up by Oak Brook.
Okay.
If there's a big hotel up there that we go to, or we're downtown, we stay at the Hyatt there. That's the only thing I've seen in Chicago, is those 2 hotels.
So are you actually with 3M?
No, but you are. Yep, and so 3M is basically my, so I have 3M. I work with, so I develop certifications.
Okay. Welcome to Ranken.
Yeah, that was my first time here.
We're 23 acres. We have 3 locations, and 2 other in Winslow, Missouri, and
Okay.
Perryville. We're a nonprofit. We're,
All of them, and then whenever we have.
that building was opened first in September of 1909. We've been here ever since. We now have 10 buildings. And we're accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, which is, all technical schools aren't the same that credits, for your university. We have 5 divisions, but 27 programs, I'll let you tell you.
27 programs, but
All
those the largest. We got construction,
Real close to
IT,
real close to there, I mean.
Electrical,
Yes, yes, we're the whole.
we have industrial technology, which is sort of a multi-trade craftsman that learns. A lot of companies want, they don't want somebody to know one trade, that stuff. And we have a bachelor's in architecture. Yeah, and we have a bachelor's of applied management, so management. That's a lot of our 2-year, they get their 2-year associate and then they'll get the management degree.
Yeah, we've been out there since about 2018.
And then we have a full line of evening programs that are mostly for, our day programs are mostly coming out of high school. Our evening are mostly either adults changing careers or enhancing what they're already doing. But they can't come during the day.
no. Did they make them up?
Yeah, full collision repair. In fact, we're a pretty good player. We're about Yeah, we're gonna put them out. We're gonna put them out as they Yeah. Should I run this one? Can you give me the name? I'd like a letter. Don't let Don start on you right
So, I didn't get it first. I have a son that's the same way. I like Sheriff Paul, so.
Yeah, probably be it.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, my job.
And it's good that you're here. Maybe that's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Ah, there you go, so.
You know,
Yep, I'm just gonna go. You're just knocking on our door, so we'll definitely get set up, all right?
no, actually, I went to, so, just
Set up. Set up, so we're gonna find a machine.
Is it? Yeah, this is the second year here, so. we're, Definitely jump on it whenever we start. Doing it throughout the year, get things set up.
Do you have those little programs for chance? You can't have those in his hand.
We had some
Okay.
there, but,
it's like in the front, right?
Okay.
Behind the guy in the flat.
Just want to make sure everyone gets one.
You must. We'll make sure you get one. Everyone see the little link up at the top? If you want to share it with your friends and family. There will be a live feed, so if you have anybody you want to share it with, definitely send them a link. Let me find Jess.
He was the big,
He's gonna steal all the programs.
we should be starting on time. So another 8 minutes.
Okay, we'll find them.
He was the make one of the tents.
Oh, okay.
He's probably got those in his hand.
He probably does.
And parents and students, if you guys haven't had a tour, please definitely let us know. We'll definitely take you on a tour day, maybe for future children down the road or grandchildren, things like that. We can help introduce to some of these great programs.
And those of you from Wentzville too, just if you're wanting to take a trip out there or, you know, travel that way with your family, we can definitely get you something set up today. Okay?
And while we're sitting here in open forum type, does anyone have any questions about anything we can answer?
This is Jeff. Jeff actually specializes in a specific program. You want to tell him about that?
I head up the dealership program, the work study programs here at Ranken, where they do 8 weeks at a dealership, 8 weeks training here, and they go back and forth for 2 years. A lot more programs over years, I think, are going to go head that way. I think the work study programs are a great way to get out in the field and see what actually you're doing hands-on in the actual field. So.
You decided. Should we explain or no? Okay, so we are still a little undecided on that one. And you've taken a tour of all the flavors of that?
Yeah.
Take that up there, we can do another. And we can mom. We can get mom a tour today. Get mom a tour.
Okay.
So definitely.
So there's.
Partner in crime.
So we do have some goodie bags for the students today. The parents, we do have our bookstore that's open today. If you wanted to grab some Ranken merchandise before you leave, a nice little Ranken coffee mug when you're back at the workplace to prove that your son or daughter is going to one of the top tech schools in the country. So, but we will get to all the stuff for the young guys and the girls. Here, I've got some hats and some other cool stuff for you.
Do you guys have a mascot?
Maybe. We don't. Typically, our color, we have colors more, red and black. So, not so much a mascot. I'll have to ask them. That's pretty cool. I mean, been here since 1907. You think we used to have football teams and stuff like that. So, but let me go check on that mascot for you. See if we
I know, I'm sorry. He was here, he's coming.
Wasn't able to find a mascot, but I did find a couple more important people.
Have you seen film?
Oh, you have it like that? You have one of those?
Well, there's more chairs if we need them.
You like that some else?
Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome. You want a good one?
Let's stay down here.
Good. Chris will text me in a minute. I know I saw that. Yeah. And we share that classroom now. That makes sense.
Yeah, my daughter might have to go in for
This goes on the Yeah, don't run there. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the administration, faculty, staff, and even our industry partners, welcome to Ranken Technical College. My name is Don Holt. I'm the Executive Vice President. Specifically, welcome to NC3 Signing Day. What we're going to do to start off is I'm going to show you a quick clip about what NC3 Signing Day is all about, and then we'll get a chance to let some of our industry partners speak, and we'll get the show on the road. But again, welcome to each and every one of you. We'll start out with a quick little video clip here.
So I'd like to welcome you to National Technical Letter Intent Signing Day.
Welcome to National Signing Day.
Welcome you to National Signing Day.
Welcome to National Signing Day and to your very bright future.
I want to thank all the participating colleges for joining us on this very, very special day, recognizing students from all across this United States of the value and the nobleness of technical education.
This was an idea about how to engage directly with young people and bring them into great career fields.
Today you're signing with a school that's going to prepare you for the quickly changing world of work.
Today you are about to take an important step to prepare
prepare for a fulfilling career.
The skills you obtain in your technical education will be skills that remain with you throughout your life.
So your interest in educating yourself not only helps you and your family,
But it's also important to your community.
And to the nation as a whole.
I want to congratulate you of making this important decision.
I would like to acknowledge all the participating schools, instructors, and family members.
We want to wish you the best of luck and pass along our congratulations.
Thank you for participating in this important day.
We're very proud of you. Very glad you're joining us. I'm delighted today to join NC3, congratulating students who are signing today for challenge and opportunity tomorrow.
Hope has a face. Today that hope begins. Congratulations to all of you. What a great day this is.
This country of ours was built by the hearts, the minds, and the strength of its people. It was not by chance that we got here. It was because people dared to set their sights and achieve. NC3 celebrates you. You are the dreamers of today, the doers of tomorrow. Your signature on this National Signing Day sets your sights on success, and we are here beside you. Together, we will build, grow, and improve. There are thousands of you today across the country declaring your intent to achieve. Career and technical education is the key to your bright future. That's why your instructors, your school, and NC3 are here for you. That's why our industry partners are investing in you. We want you to certify that you've got what it takes to succeed, and we know you do. We want the world to know what you are capable of. You signed today to formally continue your journey, a journey to the career that we know you deserve. You will transport us in vehicles faster and smarter than they have ever been. You will keep us safe and comfortable in buildings, stronger and brighter than they have ever been. You will use the tools and technology of today to build the tools and technology of tomorrow. You will feed us, keep us healthy, and light the way. Your creativity and ideas will enable invention, conservation, and endless possibilities for all of us. NC3 and our industry partners are proud of you. We celebrate you. So sign your name and join us. We need you now more than ever. Congratulations and welcome.
So as you can tell, this isn't just a Ranken event, it's a national event, and it's not tied to any one particular program, it's across all technical careers, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. It's my pleasure now to introduce one of our industry partners, Brian Steele, with the Mopar CAP program.
Thank you, Don, and thank you all for being here. FCA is here just because obviously we partner with NC3, we partner with Ranken with our Mopar CAP local program that's at the Wentzville campus. It's a great program. We want to thank everybody for coming here regardless of what program you're choosing, because of how important technical education is now, how important it will be in the future. And so I want to thank you all again for being here. It really is a milestone moment in your life, choosing a career and field that you're going into. So very proud of you all for doing that today. FCA specifically, we've got 15 million vehicles on the road. We've been selling more vehicles for the last number of years. We need more technicians in our dealership network to help service those vehicles. And the vehicles are becoming ever more complicated with computer systems that are on them. We're talking about autonomous vehicles now, electric vehicles. So we need educated, talented workers in our workforce to help a lot of it. So ever more important now that we do have these partnerships between industry and education. Couldn't be more than happy to partner with Ranken because it is a wonderful school, great technical education that you see here. We are in the Mopar CAP program, get our industry training as well, pairing those two together. Certainly a very well-rounded technical. So again, on behalf of FCA, NC3, and Ranken, I just want to thank you all for being here. So congratulations on signing the order.
I tell you a little bit about Ranken, of course, I want to recognize the most important people in the room, and that's the students, right? This is all about you. This is all about your time. It's your day. So before we go much further, what I'd like to do, I'm going to put you all on the spot here, right? I'm going to go around the room, and if you could just tell me what your name is, and then what high school you're from, and what program you're going into. And if you don't know the acronym for the program, not a big deal, just to describe what you're going to do, and we'll get the acronym straight. So we'll start with Ethan. Since you're the first one you got put in that seat, you didn't even realize it. So Ethan, of course, Ethan McBride is the name, right? But where are you from? What high school did you go to? And then, of course, what program you're going into? Advanced Manufacturing, which is one of our programs out at the Wentzville location. So for those of you who don't know it, we've got 3 locations. We've been here since 1907, right here in downtown St. Louis, but we have a location at Wentzville and we have a location at Perryville. Regardless of which location, it's the same mission across the board. So welcome aboard. Very good. Heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration. Very good. Welcome. Very good. Automotive maintenance technology. Very good. Fixing cars. There you go. Exactly. Welcome.
My name is Maya Shetler, and I went to Marquette in Chesterfield, and I'm going to programming there.
Very good. Computers, right? That's everywhere. So good choice on the program.
I made some go to Wixon South.
Information technology as well. Very good. At St. Louis or Wentzville? St. Louis. And how about you? St. Louis or Wentzville?
St. Louis.
Okay, very good. Very good. Industrial technology, multi-skilled, multi-crafted, right? Very good. Very good. So St. Francis, that's Washington, Marthasville area, right? Going into electrical. St. Louis or Wentzville? Okay, very good. Well, you've got some time to choose.
I'm Chris Liz. I'm going to go to South.
Okay.
I'm going into the Honda and Toyota dealership program.
Very good, very good. One of the certified dealer technicians, so the Honda PACT program. Excellent. Welcome aboard.
I'm Andrew. I'm in High School. I'm going into architecture.
Very good. Excellent. Architecture is one of our 2 programs that are actually bachelor degree programs. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, but literally that program offers an associate degree and a bachelor's degree because industry said, hey, we really think that you need a bachelor's degree to get into that. So welcome aboard. We'll get to see you for a little bit longer than a lot of the associate degree programs.
For work, I went to college, and I'm going for the GM ASAP program.
Very good. So very similar to the Honda PACT program, General Motors, the General Motors ASAP program. So again, welcome to each and every one of you. As you can tell, there's a diverse group as far as the different areas that we offer. We actually offer about 37 different technical degrees and certificates. So again, we really focus on technical education. What I'd like to do now is introduce a couple people in the room because when we get done signing on it, we're going to pair you up with those people so you kind of have an idea of who's who, so you'll get paired up with. So of course, over here to my left is Jeff Yankee. So Jeff is one of our outside recruiters that specifically deals with the Honda PACT and the General Motors ASAP program. So, and the Ford Asset and the Toyota T10 and all of those. So we've already met Brian Steele with FCA. We've got another industry partner with FCA.
Yes, I'm Elizabeth Herbster with FCA also.
Welcome.
Brian today.
Very good. Latrina, tell us what you do here.
I'm Director of Residential Life, so I'm in charge of campus housing.
So yeah, believe it or not, we do have a 210-bed residence hall here. So, you know, some people choose to go to one of the other locations, but they still live here at the St. Louis campus. So welcome. If you're interested in housing, Latrina can answer any questions. She'd be happy to show off the rooms that we have available. Kelly?
This is Kelly Raftery. I'm the department chair for the architectural technology department.
Shannon?
All right, I'm Shannon Brigham. I'm the instructional coordinator, mainly based out of our Wentzville location. So what that means is I'm in charge of quality of education, outcomes assessment, which you'll hear about what student learning outcomes are when you get into class, and then our accreditation. So.
Very good. And of course, today she's representing our Wentzville location. So she's usually always out there, but she made the trip here for this event today. Vince?
I'm the micro enterprises director on campus, and what I do is I hire students, pay them to do work when they're not in class, technical work. We're not working in the bookstore, things like that. We're building things, making things, testing things, and so forth, things like that.
So if you're interested in having a part-time job while you're going to school, and you're not in one of those programs where you've already got a part-time job lined up, Vince is that person to talk to. And there's opportunities, whether it be at the Wentzville location or the St. Louis location. He's always looking for good students, and depending upon your skill level, depends upon where you can be used. So again, it's a great opportunity if you're kind of ask yourself, how am I going to afford to be in school? Part-time jobs can never hurt because they're paid, right?
Yeah, and the work is all done on campus. So there are other internship opportunities, but all my work is all done on campus.
Mr. Crawford?
Mike Crawford, I'm an instructor for industrial technology. I'm Gary Bick. I teach mainly here in the HVAC department. Depending on the semester, I'll be teaching HVAC and major appliances. It's what we offer here besides HVAC. It's an elective class.
Very good. Mark?
Excuse me. I'm Mark Gannum. I teach in the electrical program, first year in control systems. So
electrical, if it's anything to do with electrical, Mark's your person, right?
there you go.
Miss Crystal Herron.
Good morning, my name is Crystal Herron, and I am Vice President for Diversity and Student Success. I am responsible for helping you to navigate your college experience from enrollment to graduation.
So what you're going to find out is now that you're all Ranken students and you've decided to join us, our goal is to make you successful. Our goal is to make you successful. Of course, that means you have to do your part, but we want to make sure that we're doing our part, providing you every resource possible to be successful. So maybe you're going to come across something and you're having to balance school with maybe that part-time job that you've never had to do before. Or maybe you've got things going on outside of here. How do you balance school with all that? So Crystal's departments figure out what type of resources you need to make that balance, to make that balance happen. So maybe it's tutoring, maybe it's mentoring, maybe it's something as simple as you forgot your pencil or your pen that day for class, or you forgot your belt that day, because we do have a dress code here, right? So you go to see Crystal's departments and they'll figure out how to make you successful. But of course, the step that you all have to participate in is, I need help. You got to step forward and say, hey, I need help. And then we'll get you the help that you need, but you got to step up first and say, don't wait until you're too far behind and step up forward. We have a full student success center, and those services are available at Wentzville, Perryville, and St. Louis. And I will tell you, our best students take advantage of those services. Not when it's too late, but right ahead, right? They take advantage of those services. It's free. Once you're paid to be a Ranken student, it's available. So it doesn't cost any more. I encourage you all to take advantage of the student success services. Mr. Boyd.
My name is Jim Boyd. I'm an instructional coordinator as Ms. Brueggemann, same responsibilities, quality of education, outcomes assessment, and accreditation.
So we talk about quality of education at Ranken. That's very, very important to me. In fact, it's one of those things that, and I tell them all the time that it's right at I think about it day and night, right? Because that's very, very important. Ultimately, we have to make sure that you're prepared to go to work, which means we have to listen to industry and find out exactly what they need. And then, of course, we have to implement that into significant learning experiences that allow you to do that, to become prepared to go to work. And we know that the best way to prepare to go to work is real world work. So whenever possible, we implement those real world work experiences in there. So you're going to see those two sit in your classroom and actually find out, are we doing what we say we're doing? Are we actually teaching what we're supposed to be teaching? So you're going to find out it's a very structured environment. Ranken's all about structure. It's all about conforming. It's all about making sure that we're meeting all of those needs. So very important job. Mr. Drami.
Kevin Drami, I'm the Dean of Workforce and Continuing Education.
So you're going to find out that we do a lot with industry. And we find out exactly what industry wants and industry needs. And that's how we develop that curriculum to make sure you're all prepared to go to work. So Kevin, part of his responsibility is going out there and listening to workforce, listening to industry to find out exactly what their needs are so that you're prepared. We've got Frank. Frank is our Dean of Enrollment Management. So he's responsible for the admissions office and the marketing and the recruitment side and all that.
Good morning.
We've got Jay. Jay, who are you, Jay?
Hello, I am an outside admissions counselor for the St. Louis area.
So we've got a whole team of outside recruiters that are specifically tied to particular high schools. So for the St. Louis metropolitan area, that's Jay. Ann?
I'm Ann Farajala. I'm the director of the admissions department at all 3 locations, and my team and I are here to help you go through the enrollment process and make it as smooth as possible.
Very good. So that's some of the people that you'll be paired up with today to actually answer any questions you may have. Our goal today is to make sure that you walk out of here ready to start school, right? Ready to go. So if there's a hiccup in the process, if you don't know what the next step is, if maybe this financial aid thing, that always is a scary word, right? Financial aid, it shouldn't be. We're here to help you through that process. So we want to make sure that you're coupled with the right people. In addition to that, we want to make sure that you see whatever you want to see here. So again, this location alone, 23 acres, 11 different buildings, so we want to make sure you can see as much or a little of it as possible, show the guests here exactly the programs you're going into, and give you a chance to talk to other faculty, staff, and the current students. You're going to find out that our students love telling you what they're doing. So we want to get you out there in those shops and classrooms so you can tour and talk with those people. Before we do that, however, I'm going to talk a little bit about Ranken Technical College. So everybody introduced themselves, but my goal is to introduce Ranken to you all, especially for those of you who don't know what Ranken is and what we're all about. So the best way to talk about Ranken is really to kind of talk about our mission. We're very mission driven. Does anybody know what Ranken's mission is? Especially all of you, because you paid a lot of money to be here, right? Or somebody's paying a lot of money for you to be here. What is Ranken's mission? You signed up for it, you don't know what Ranken's mission is? You don't know what you're in for, right? So anybody want to take a guess? It can't be wrong. Right now, you're not in class yet, so you're not getting grades. I promise this won't go on your transcript or anything like that. So now is the time to give a wrong answer, right? What do y'all think? What's Ranken's mission? Why'd you come here? Why'd you choose Ranken? To get a job, right? That's absolutely the number one reason why people come here is to get a job. What else? Did all of you just come here to get a job? And is there anything else?
To learn a skill.
To learn a skill, which will hopefully turn out to be a job, right? In fact, you're right on target. Our primary mission, and it's stated, Ranken Technical College is a private, non-for-profit, degree-granting institution of higher learning whose primary mission is to provide the comprehensive education training necessary to prepare students for employment and advancement in a variety of technical career fields. You'll find out once you become a Ranken student, you get one of these great little IDs that's required. Kelly was actually looking at hers. It's actually got that mission printed right on the back of it because we are very mission-driven. If through your college experience here, we're doing something, or better yet, we require you to do something, and you don't know how it ties back to that mission, you need to ask us. And if we can't answer it, then we need to stop doing it, right? Because everything is mission-driven. So what does that mission say? We're private, non-for-profit. As I said, very rich history. We've been here since 1907. Back in 1907, David Ranken had a problem that I hope we all have at some point in time in our lives. He had so much money, he didn't have a clue what he's going to do with it. He couldn't spend it before he died. He had nobody to take his money, if you will. So he went to the mayor of the city of St. Louis. He said, you got any idea what I can do with my money? And the mayor said, you know what? Let me think about it and get back to you. Came back to him with this idea of creating a school to teach the dignity of labor. That there's nothing wrong with working for a living. And specifically, there's nothing wrong with working with your hands for a living. David Ranken liked that idea, and he gave his entire fortune to do that. In fact, you'll find out that students pay about 75% of what it actually costs to educate them. The other 25% still comes from in-kind gifts, donations, and the endowment fund that David Ranken left us way back in the early 1900s. Private, non-for-profit. Don't get us confused with some of the for-profits and proprietary schools. There's those that are out there that's not us. We're not into that. We are accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. What does that mean? So first off, the Higher Learning Commission is one of 6 regional accrediting agencies across the United States. What does that mean? There's 6 accrediting agencies that the United States Department of Education actually recognizes as an accrediting agency. So when they say you are a college, that means you are a quote-unquote real college. So when you earn a degree from Ranken, it's not just recognized as a Ranken piece of paper, it's recognized as an accredited degree. It means we meet all of the standards, and they're pretty high standards, that the Higher Learning Commission, thus the United States Department of Education, puts forth and says, hey, this is a legit school. This is a real school, and you're going to earn a degree that if you choose to transfer into another institution of higher learning, it will transfer. So at some point in time, you may decide, hey, I want to move up and get a bachelor's degree, get a master's degree, get a doctorate degree, or whatever it may be, you're going to find out that this is a stepping stone, and this is going to give you a great foundation to do that. So it's important that you're at an accredited institution. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into it, but at the end of the day, that accrediting agency makes us a better school, which means you're going to be a better student and thus a better employee, I promise you. The rest of that mission, providing the comprehensive education training necessary to prepare you for employment and advancement in a variety of technical career fields, is what we're all about. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a vet, that's great. There's other wonderful educational institutions that do that. We focus on technical education. We focus on technical skills. We focus on those careers and preparing you to go to work in those careers. Industry has told us there's 3 areas that you have to focus on, regardless of what technical career you're going into. And we've turned those 3 areas into our educational formula. You will have to successfully complete all 3 areas to graduate from Ranken. So of course, the first area is technical education. That's why you're here, right? You're here because you want to be an HVAC technician, information technology, a machinist, an automotive service technician. The technical careers is what we're known for, and on average, you're going to spend 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, just in your chosen technical career field. You're going to get overload on the technical piece. Okay? The second component, which is why some people, general education. It's a scary word, right? So why do you think Ranken teaches, and why will you have to take general education classes? Why do you think we teach general education?
Important to know.
It is important to know, and that's a better answer because a lot of people say, well, you have to because it's a real college. And that's a true answer. We have to because it's a real college. However, that's not really why we do it. We do it because industry tells us they want employees who can read, write, and communicate. They want employees who realize that this is a foundation for lifelong learning. Just the first step. So they want people to appreciate that lifelong learning. So the general education component is there simply because we want you to be prepared for lifelong learning. We want you to be able to read, write, and communicate because it doesn't matter what technical career area you go into, those are important skills. Those are important skills. How to interact with customers and so on and so forth. The third component, so we got technical education, general education. Anybody know what the third component is of our educational formula here at Ranken? It's what we call work ethic. Anybody know what work ethic is? Yeah? What is work ethic? What is work ethic? Go ahead. You were going to say something. What is work ethic? I apologize. I used to be a teacher at one point in time in the former life. You know what that means? When I don't get answers, I start calling on people, right? So what do you think work ethic is?
Drive to work.
Okay, your drive to work. So what defines that drive to work? Give me some examples of drive to work.
You got people that work to be working. How to do their life.
Yeah. So what does a person that likes to work, what does that look like versus somebody that's just working to be working?
Be on time.
Be on time. There's a good example, right? So people that like to work are typically generally on time, right? What else?
Your uniform.
Okay, dressing appropriately, right? That's another example. We define work ethic as exactly what you said, those employability skills that every employer wants an employee. So we actually have 5 core work ethic traits that include professionalism, positive attitude and approach, respect for workplace structure, putting craftsmanship into your work, the ability to get along with others, honesty. Those are all 4 work ethic traits that we grade you on every semester. You will, as a Ranken student, and moms and dads and everybody else in the room, I encourage you to ask to see those transcripts, because on those transcripts, you will see the technical education represented, you will see the general education represented, and you will see this work ethic represented on the transcript. So we've had students who have went through the technical majors and they passed all the courses. They've met all of the general education requirements, but because they've not met that work ethic requirement, they haven't graduated from Ranken. That's how serious we take it. That's how serious we take it. But because of that, you're going to find out we've got a very good reputation And we've got 98% of our graduates working in their chosen career field within 6 months of graduation. So if you're here to get a job, we're gonna do that. We're gonna make sure that you're prepared to go out and get that job in your chosen technical career field. Now, of course, I'm gonna tell you, y'all made a wonderful decision, right? But I've got a Ranken logo on my shirt, so you're gonna expect me to say that you made a wonderful decision, right? You're gonna support my retirement, right? But I really do mean you've made a wonderful decision, not just from Ranken's perspective, but I wanna share a few statistics with you. And I know the charts are easy, it's kind of hard to read, but you can see the pie chart. So what this is, and this is the United States, right? The United States. And it's actually put out there by the National Skills Coalition. So this top chart right here says jobs by skill level, United States 2015. So demand for middle skill jobs is strong. So every job, if you will, is grouped into one of three categories. We've got the high skill jobs, we've got the low skill jobs, then we've got the middle skill. So the low skill, those jobs require a high school diploma or less. That's a low skill job. The high skill is a university degree or higher. University degree or higher. Middle skill is more than a high school diploma, but less than a 4-year university degree. That's where we live. That's where Ranken lives, is in that middle skill. Now, interesting. Now, this is the United States. 53%, and this is 2015, were middle skill jobs. Out of all jobs, 53%. This middle one talks about job openings between 2014 and 2024. So you'll all be graduates by 2024, right? It's only 2019 right now, so you'll be out there. Between 2014 and 2024, 48% of job openings, these are all jobs, these are job openings, will be middle skill. And of course, you're going to find out that the gray is low skill and the blue is high skill. Middle skills gap, jobs and workers by skill level. It says middle skills jobs account for 53% of the United States labor market. But let's look at these graphs. This is high skills. Now the top one is how many jobs. The bottom one is how many workers. You notice that there's going to be more workers than there are jobs. Bottom is low skill. Again, more workers than there are jobs. The middle skills jobs is the opposite. There's a deficit. There's more jobs available than there are workers. That's the United States. And you can say that's the law of averages and statistics. So what does it all mean to you? Well, let's look at Missouri. You're going to see it's very representative. Again, when you're prepared with your degree to go to work in a middle skills job, guess what? You're going to have more opportunities available than there are people looking for those opportunities. That puts you in a great position. That puts you in a great position. But to get there, you have to finish, right? So today signifies that you're starting. You've got to make it through all 2 years of the program, or in some cases, 4 years of the program if you're choosing architecture. You've got to make it through. Again, I encourage each and every one of you, because we're pretty serious about what we do here at Ranken, to also be serious. And if you're struggling, ask for help. Anybody with this Ranken logo on is here to help you. That includes current students. They're all about seeing you successful. So you got to ask for help. Even through this process, I know you're not starting classes. Most of you are probably starting classes in fall, right? So something's going to happen between today and August, what is it, the 26th, I believe is the first day, or the 29th, I believe. 26th, whatever the first day of class, that's going to change for some of you, right? If you're on the 26th, you'll make it. Yeah, something's going to happen, and there's going to be a hiccup, and you may be discouraged. Don't let it get you down. Contact us. Find out what we can do to help you. You're going to find out that maybe you're not going to get the financial aid that you're supposed to get, or this or that, or something's going to change, or you're going to lose a job, or whatever. Contact us. Contact us and let us know what's going on. Reach out to your rep so that they can actually find out what we can do. Again, there's services that we provide, and we're connected to other services that the city of St. Louis, the state of Missouri, the United States provide as a federal government. Let us know what we can do to help. Don't be discouraged. Again, your future is very, very bright, but you've got to finish. This is Missouri. Illinois is our next door neighbor, so I put that up there, and it actually looks better than Missouri does as far as those gaps. Again, a very great time to be going into the technical career field. It's a wonderful time. I'm excited that each and every one of you are here today. Our next step is to get you signing, right? So Mr. Boyd is going to guide us through this process and talk to us about what we got to do to get people signed up. And
I'm going to ask Mr. Pohl to come forward.
okay, I'm going to come forward.
And he will be calling you one by one to come up.
Okay. So I guess, so I'll call you by name, and then you'll come up over here and sit here. And I'm going to apologize if I butcher your name, even though you already announced the name. Sometimes that happens. So Mason Diener is the first one. Did I say that right?
That's correct.
Good deal. Mason is going into electrical systems design technology. Very good. In fact, I'm going to let you sign first, since your name is on the top.
We'll be posting these photos for you, by the way, on our website.
Wish we'll put the date on it. I know. I figured you would know it. That's why I let you sign first. You have to
Did you
put on.
stand and do a...
We absolutely can see.
Oh, and you can keep your name tag.
Keep your name tag too. We can't recycle those unless there's somebody else out here that's got the same name. Andrew Ellinger. It is. No. Do this. Welcome aboard, Andrew. And there's a whole goodie bag there. And that goodie bag actually includes some things that you're going to need for school that you won't have to buy in the bookstore. So that's gonna give you something. Avery Cosell. Is it Cosell?
Yes.
Very good. Avery is going into automotive maintenance technology. That's yours to keep. And hat. Welcome aboard, David. Oh, and you get this. Ethan. Ethan's going into advanced manufacturing technology. Welcome aboard, Ethan. See you signing. There's the hat. Yeah, this is Maya. Maya, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. Maya is going into application and web development, so the programming side of information technology.
And she's a lefty, so she's thinking out the right
That's
direction.
exactly right. Maya, welcome aboard. Hold on. I did get the hat there. You don't like hats? You could have said, no, I don't want to put that on. And there's that as well.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard, Nathan. Nathan! Nathan is going into information technology as well. Yeah, welcome aboard. Fun again. Do you like hats?
Yes.
Okay. Bradley Sloan. Bradley is going into heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration technology. Do you like hats? Okay. We're on a roll now. Welcome aboard. Here's this. I don't know if he's going to give up the Cardinals hat though for the find out. Welcome aboard. Mark 12's going into industrial technology. $221. Yes. Welcome aboard. We appreciate you. Chris Logos. Oh, did we spell that wrong?
That's all right.
We will change that.
Fix it.
Sure. How do you spell it? Okay. We'll get reprinted. We'll sign it twice. Chris is going into information technology. Is that right? Information technology? No. So see, we gotta fix that too. That's right, you are. Motors, right?
In Toyota.
And Toyota. Oh, I had a bad memory. Still welcome aboard. We'll get the name right, I promise. This is yours, but we are going to redo it. We can redo this. This is all right, though, that fits in there. Did we miss anyone? Again, welcome to each and every one of you. Each program is different. Each program is very different. Some have an integrated real-world work experience that's embedded with it. For example, the Honda program, the General Motors program, the Advanced Manufacturing program all have an integrated, well, you'll actually be out at a dealership or a real-world work site working for half the time that you're here. For those of you who still are looking for job opportunities but don't have that integrated, we have micro enterprises here. We have Residence Hall, 210 bed. We have Student Success here. Our goal today is, again, to answer any questions you have. I know that most of you hopefully have seen the programs, but if one of the other guests want to see the programs, we have tour guides here that represent each and every department. Again, I strongly encourage you to talk to the faculty, staff, the department chairs, and even the students. So at this point in time, what we'll do is we'll offer you refreshments in the back and apparently a group picture too. So if all the students want to come up here and get by the Ranken sign, we'll do a group picture, and then I will disperse you to talk to the faculty, staff, and students and all that. I'm told I'm supposed to be in the center of the picture with you all, so I guess we'll split you guys and girls on both sides. So. Okay, so here's the deal. What we're going to do is make sure everybody's in the pictures.
Everybody's in the picture.
Okay. So I guess we'll take some turns and nobody leave until everybody says
Everybody
they're done.
look here,
So
and
we're
then
gonna
I'll let other people come in. So don't look at your mom's camera. Look at this one. I'll let her come here. Everybody look here. Smile. All right, and then I'll let other people go.
Don't move yet. Don't move.
Right
in the middle.
Sorry.
Don't move yet. There's still a couple people there. Hold on.
Thank you. Congratulations.
For anybody living in housing, I don't do traditional mom pictures, I do selfies. So is anybody planning to move into housing? Raise your hand. We need an Ussie. I need an Ussie. Don, you can get in it if you want to. I love all of you, but the babies that are gonna be with me, I need an Ussie.
That's her cue for me to leave.
Yes.
Right? So I'll step out.
Where are my two? Did I have two or three? I know about Andrew. Come on, tall guy. All right, 1, 2. Yeah. Thank you.
So, again, you can spend as much time here as you want today. We love having guests. So again, if you want to get on a tour, we've got plenty of tour guides here. We do have refreshments in the back. We have the admissions office represented here. So please don't feel that that you have to leave. Does anybody have any questions for me that I may be able to answer just in general? If they're too specific, I'll refer you to the right office. Does anybody have any questions about what you all signed up for, right? Or what the parents have signed up for and the guests have signed up for? Are there any questions? No? Well, again, thank you all for participating. It is a wonderful time. Brian, I don't know if you have anything else to add?
No, just again, thank you all for being here. Thanks to the students, the parents that are here to support. Thanks to Ranken NC3 on behalf of FCA. I'm just really excited to be here.
And we absolutely could not do it without industry support. We rely upon industry, just as Brian has said, to tell us what they need to be able to prepare everybody to go to work. So we would not be able to celebrate that great placement rate if we were not preparing them to go to work, and we couldn't do that without input from industry. So thank you to all industries that are supporting this day. Thank you to all of you. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in class. the next time I'll probably shake your hand is when you walk across that graduation stage, unless you get into a lot of trouble, which hopefully none of you all are going to be in that boat, right? So again, welcome. There's refreshments, there's tours available. We appreciate you joining us today. Yes?
And real quick, if you do want to take a tour, most of the time you need safety glasses, so there's a box here if you want to grab them. The bags already include safety glass, so if you want to take a tour, grab them.
And the photos and the video of this will be on our Facebook page. Evidently, a lot of the video, I'm told, is my backside. I apologize. But anyway, that'll be on our Facebook.
Thank you all for joining, and again, congratulations to the students.
I am about to go down there for a video. I'm not going to go. I have 40 meetings. I'll be here.
So what I'm trying to do throughout the year but now that we kind of are getting this down, we'll be able to pick up at different times.
There you go.
Appreciate you coming up. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. Did you get to know St. Louis a little bit?
Probably gonna head out back.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, I think in the future, since we have SCA, maybe we can share something to look at. We're still in the class summits on fashion, ready to go. I think maybe we can add something like that. Where they have teaching that.
Oh, yeah. So make sure once you know it's locked down a little bit, and I'll get it to the right people.
Yeah, right, especially with automotive and
yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you run. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Eric.